Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I am profit crafting rings like this one that sold for 48 divines, these ones that sold for 15, this one that sold for 13. Let's see if we have any more rings on the sales list. We have a 4 divine one there, 16 divine one here. So you can see I've been profit crafting these rings really quickly. I'm going to attempt to make this a no cut video again. But if you guys do like it when the videos are shortened, like from other content creators, if you like it pretty spliced up and concise, or whether you like these type of longer, I mean, it's still going to be around the same amount of time, but unedited, just raw thoughts. And I'm mentioning things as they come up, things that I think are important, as opposed to just saying the steps. Please let me know in the comments below. This is not just like content farming. I mean, comment farming. I really do want to make better quality videos. And if you guys like one style of content or the other, I would appreciate you letting me know. Further ado, or without further ado, let's get into the profit crafting section. So here I have an assortment of bases that I bought off a trade. This singular ring is the only one that I bought for 1 divine. The rest of these I bought for 2, and these are bought all for 3. As you can see, all of them have the same exact 2 mods on them as magic bases, and they are only amethyst, prismatic, and gold rings. Because when you are making endgame rings, these are the 3 tier 1 bases or tier 0 bases that everybody is looking for. So obviously you want to craft on these, right? We are looking for a tier 1 flat elemental and all elemental resistances on here. The reason is when you Calandra's Touch, I believe that all elemental resistances is pound for pound one of the best mods you can have on a ring. As you can imagine, Calandra's Touching this alone will give you 40 all or 30 all elemental reses, and if you catalyst it with an elemental catalyst, it'll be 40, right? So very important mod. And then a tier 1 flat just to have 1 on there, as a lot of the meta builds are attack builds, and this is what we're making the rings for, right? So now we have all the bases. Let me just get them all in my inventory. And we are going to be buying a bunch of rarity essences. So I need to liquidate a couple divines. And rarity of items found, greater opulences. We need 11 of them. So now this gives us, since they nerfed rarity, this essence now gives us tier 1 suffix rarity. So as it sits, our rings are now sitting with 3 tier 1 mods, depending on the all elemental reses we bought, right? But we're sitting on 3 tier 1 desirable mods on a tier 1 base, which is already a great start, right? Next, what we're going to do is we are going to be prefix collarboning. The reason we want a prefix is because when we unveil a prefix, it gives us 3 options. We either get a good flat or rarity that we want to keep. We either get another decent mod, or we get a block. What I mean when I say a block is that we are going to select a mod that is very likely to be hit when we are going to be slamming on with a catalyzing omen on the next step. For example, I'll show you here. Let's assume we want to use an attack catalyst with a catalyzing omen, and we want to exalt slam. Accuracy rating is by far the most common thing we hit. But let's say we hit nothing else on the Unveil good, but we managed to get any low tier of accuracy. We actually completely block the option of anybody hitting this, or not anybody, of us getting this mod. So now the only things that have the attack tags that we are more likely to get are the elemental or flat attack damages, right? Now, what's the reason we do not buy physical flat on our magic bases? It is because, as you can see here, physical flat has twice the weight as all the other modifiers, right? As you can see, this is a 7,800 weight as opposed to a 3,900. And when we're going to be using greater orbs, you can still see that this case stands true. And then for perfect, it also stands true. So the reason we don't buy physical mods is because assuming we don't hit accuracy and we hit something else, right? We hit a good flat tier. Instead of using an attack catalyst with a catalyzing omen, we will then proceed to use a physical catalyst with the catalyzing omen. If you don't know what the catalyzing omen does, you apply catalyst of a certain type to the ring, and the type of that tag will be 5 times more likely to be hit on the exalt, or it will multiply the weight by 5, or at least that's what's commonly believed. I'm not sure if that's been fact-checked or proven somehow, but that's the common belief. So as you can see, when we use the physical catalyst omen, this 7,800 weight, or what would be 3,800 weight, will be multiplied by 5 to something like 17,000, right? So out of, let's say, a 33,000 weight, have 50% chance we will hit a flat phys. So that's, that's the reason we do not buy all of those, all these rings with flat phys on them. Again, I am forced to liquidate some divines. The amount of gold I have to spend every single time is actually quite impressive. Let's just liquidate 10 divines worth so I don't have to do this anymore in the video. All right. Now let's buy 11 prefix locks. This omen makes sure that our next desecration will only end up on prefixes. And like I mentioned before, the reason we want the prefixes to be locked, and then we need collarbones. I do not use ancient collarbones, at least for this step. In the next step, if we hit any type of crazy rings, we might. And we do use an echoes on every roll, right? This is because if we do hit a high tier flat or something, it's very beneficial for us.
I'll post it right away.
Okay, so prefix lock, collarbone, a bunch of rings, and we go to the well. I'm probably doing too many rings at the same time for the video, but if this runs too long, I will just either splice it down or we'll do whatever. So let's see what we hit here. Nothing good and no blocks. So here we hit flat phys, which honestly is not great because like I mentioned, that means most likely now when we attack catalyst, we are going to be hitting accuracy on this ring. And that's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're not going to roll over tier 2 flat physical, right? We're just not. Here, oh wow, we're getting lucky. I do believe that is tier 1 cold. Let me see if I have a cold ring sitting here. 21 to 37. Okay, no, this looks like tier 2, but I'm gonna have to take it, right? We can't roll over tier 2. Now, obviously, you're not gonna always get this lucky. I am getting quite lucky. Here, we are going to take mana. This is not accuracy as in terms of blocks, but mana has a really high weight when we are going to be slamming, so it's not a terrible idea to take it. Now, granted, you can Omen of Light if you feel like it and fish for another block or something else. I don't believe that is currently worth with the prices of Omens of Light, but it's your prerogative. Here, we're going to take Rarity, even though it's lowest tier Rarity. It's still Rarity, making this ring a 24 Rarity ring. Still, obviously, a very valuable stat. Here, we got Accuracy, which is perfect. We didn't hit anything great, but we got accuracy, meaning we cannot roll accuracy when we slam. And there's a much more likely chance that we get flat phys or something of the sort, right? Here, this is low tier lightning, so I'm not going to take this. I'm going to roll over. We did not hit anything great. Evasion rating isn't a great block, but these two are desecrated mods, so they literally block nothing. So worst case, we just have to take evasion. Here we get nothing good. We got evasion again, sadly. So here we also didn't get anything great. We're going to take mana because we don't want to take either of these two. This blocks all other phys potentials from slamming. And this is a desecrated mod, so we're going to take the mana. Like I mentioned, it's a pretty high weight. Let's see here. We could take the accuracy, which honestly probably would not be a terrible decision. Yeah, I'm going to take the accuracy, to be honest. I'm thinking about it. It might actually be worth just blocking accuracy no matter what, unless you get something good on the second roll. We did not, so we take evasion. Unfortunate. And we get 3 desecrated mods. Wow. And we get like tier 3 cold. Tier 3 cold is usable. Oh, it's tier 2, just low rolled, I guess. So as you can see here, in the 11 rings, which I feel like is a pretty decent sample size. Obviously, we can get unlucky, but I tried doing enough where you can see what the average ring is going to look like. We have a 2 rings blocked here. Let's see if we have any other accuracy rings blocked. No, we don't. But we have 4 rings here with tier 1, tier 2, tier 1, tier 1 mods. This one is tier 1, tier 2, tier 1, tier 1. This one is tier 1, tier 2, tier 2, tier 1. And then this one is tier 1, tier 3 rarity, on unfortunately lowest rolled rarity. But these are all solid rings, right? So these would basically be done. Next, we are going to move on to the final prefix step, I guess. Or we could do the suffix first. It doesn't really matter. I'm definitely going to need some more exalts. So let's go liquidate another 10 divines. And you do see me liquidate or spending a lot of divines on the exalts, but I am doing, 11 rings at the same time. So whatever I'm spending, you could obviously just divide it by 11 and you should be good there. So everything that has accuracy blocked, we are going to want to reaver catalyst to attack, to get a higher chance of attack mods because we cannot roll accuracy. Anything that does not have accuracy blocked, we are going to want a physical catalyst as it increases the chances we get flat phys. And like I mentioned, that is the highest weight. Now, unfortunately, this does have flat phys, so we are just going to have to attack catalyst and we will most likely roll rarity. We'll most likely roll accuracy on here. If you want to avoid that, you can life catalyst and there's a pretty high chance you roll life. And but you're most likely not going to get a third flat. And I'm willing to take the risk to try and get the third flat. So let us do that right now. We need catalyzing omens. We need 11 of them.
Let's see if there are any takers.
These 2 we want reavers for. Reavers are, wow, they're expensive. Let's just get like 40 of them. Jeez. These 2 reaver catalysts. Okay. Let us get prefix omens, making sure we only slam on a prefix modifier.
I'll fill that in as soon as I
And to be honest, I only use graders as it only eliminates 1 flat tier. All right, I need 2 of them. Whoops. It only eliminates 1 flat tier using perfects, and I just don't believe it's worth it. So let's use prefix. This video is running slightly longer than I thought it would, so might have to cut it up a little. But let's slam these 2. So we go prefix, sinestral, both reaver catalysts, both blocking accuracy. So there is a very high chance that we do hit a second flat on both of them. As you see, we hit tier 5 lightning here, and we hit tier 2 evasion. So honestly, quite unlucky, but it does happen sometimes. I'm still going to omen of light to remove the bad, or to remove the block. And then we are just going to do the rest of these rings like this. So let's see. Here we want physical catalysts on this one. Let me just get more prefix omens. Prefix. I need 9 more, I think.
I'll post it right away.
Beautiful. 9 more. This one needs physical. This one needs physical. This one needs physical. And this one probably also reaver catalyst, to be honest. Although we are most likely going to hit accuracy, and I'm going to show that to you right now. Let's buy whatever this costs.
Order is registered.
Greater. Let's just buy a 9 of these. Okay, prefix greater. We're gonna hit accuracy here. Wow, we did not. Holy freak, look at that ring. I'm trying not to curse for YouTube. I don't know if it's gonna affect my demonetization, but look at that beautiful ring. Now this is what happens when you get really lucky, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say you're gonna get this every single time, but when you're doing 11 rings, there is a chance you get this, right? So This is an absolute beauty. We're going to toss this one to the side. Let's buy some physical catalysts. These are quite cheap, so as you can see, it's actually really, really good to get these. Way cheaper than Reaver, of course. If you're wondering how I'm clicking that fast, I'm using an extension called Xmouse. It is not bannable. It just rebinds your left click to your scroll wheel. So you're still clicking. Nothing is bannable there. Okay, now we go catalyzing, prefix, slams, and we are looking for phys flat. We hit chaos damage somehow. Not exactly sure. There we did hit tier 2 physical flat. Beautiful. Look at that. A second ring. And here we hit fire damage. So one of the rings came out really well. So far, out of our 11 rings that we're not even done with, we have 2 basically perfect rings. Would you look at this? These 2 rings, honestly, probably 50 something divines, if not more, right? So next, let's move on to, let's throw these kind of dud rings away here. Honestly, this one, I don't even think I'm going to Omen of Light. I think I'm just going to YOLO slam this and hope for the best. This one's probably worth Omen of Lighting, as even tier 5 flat is still good. So let's throw the duds to the side and put Omen of Light worthy rings here. This one does not need an Omen of Light. It just kind of needs a slam. Okay. Next, let's move on to these rings. So what are we doing? Because we do not have accuracy blocked, it looks like we are gonna want to phys catalyst all of these. Yep. And since phys catalyst is the cheapest, this is great for us. So we need what, like 90 of these? Sometimes there's a chance that you hit 2% when you catalyst instead of 1. So that's why I don't buy exactly 100. Should be enough to get all these rings to max. As you can see, we still have some left over and we didn't even buy all of them. And now we go catalyzing, greater exalt, prefix lock, and we just slam all these. And we see what we hit. This one did not hit phys. This is a dud. It doesn't need an Omen of Light. This one did not hit phys, but it did hit lightning damage. I mean, there is some potential here. This kind of depends on what the suffix hits. If the suffix is good, then we'll Omen of Light this. This one hit lightning damage again somehow. Basically the same exact ring. So like I mentioned, depends what the suffix hits. This one did hit phys, so it definitely needs an Omen of Light. And this one also hit phys, and this one hit tier 2 phys. So 100% needs an Omen of Light. So as you can see, out of all the rings we've done so far, these, we got some pretty decent outcomes, right? We have not, I don't know how much we've spent. To be honest, I haven't been keeping track, but between the bases and all of this, between these 2 rings alone, we probably have 100 divines sitting here. So we definitely are in profit, right? But let's assume you don't get this lucky and you only get one of these rings. You're still probably sitting in profit. So let us move on to the last step, which is going to be slamming the suffixes and then Omen of Lighting. Actually, I'm going to cut the video here and prepare the materials and then come back because this video is already 18 minutes long. And then we're going to finish it out and hopefully try and keep the video under 25 minutes. All right, so I'm back. I had to do a castaway because I ran out of gold while buying stuff. So it took a little bit longer than expected. But I have the perfect exalted orbs that I plan to use on these 2. I have a bunch of fire catalysts and I have a bunch of cold catalysts that I'm going to spend on the rest of these rings. I didn't buy enough to fully catalyze them up as these rings aren't super juiced and I don't really care what slams onto them. These are the rings that ended up quite decent, even though they're not the best. These will still be Omen of Lighted no matter what, right? And these I'm going to use fire catalyst on fully. One thing I'd like to mention is there is a deliberate reason as to why I'm using fire catalyst besides it being the cheapest. As you can see here, the item levels for all the resistances are not the same. Tier 4 fire res is item level 48. And if we're increasing our chances to make fire res the highest tier, and we are using a perfect exalt, which makes it item modifier level 50, this makes it that we can only roll tier 3 or higher if we do hit fire res. The same is true for lightning, but lightning res is, or the lightning catalyst are quite the amount more expensive than fire catalyst, so I'm going with this. As for cold catalyst, it still allows you to roll tier 4, which you know, it's better if we don't. So we are just gonna throw on all the catalyst onto our rings here. I am not going to be using perfect exalted orbs for the other rings. These ones over here. Actually, I might use it for this one. This is a tier 1. No, I'm going to use it for this one. I don't know how I didn't really notice this ring. I'm definitely going to use it for this one. These two I'm not though, and then the rest of these will just be graded however they end up being graded, right? So it looks like we have some fire catalysts left over, so let's just use these on our best rings here. It looks like this is our best ring, I guess. So let's throw it on here. Okay, we got a little bit more fire catalyst left. Let's just throw it on this one randomly. And let's catalyze the rest of these rings. Try and spread it quite evenly, even though I don't think I did that great of a job. Okay, perfect. So let's go with our worst rings first. Let's see what we hit. We hit int. So, I mean, I will still Omen of Light, but that's not great. Here we did hit Fire Res. So this is definitely an Omen of Light angle. These I said I might Omen of Light depending on what they hit. Leech, definitely not Omen of Light. Fire Res, that evasion is so bad that it might just be worth just to get anything better on there. Life per enemy kill, definitely not. So this could be Omen of Lightable. Right here. Let's see these rings. We have Rarity, Strength, ill. Life Regen, ill. Fire Res, tier 2, which is nice. This is quite the decent ring. Tier 1, tier 2 flat, and a bunch of resistances on a rarity base. So this ring, even though it did hit Chaos Res, came out quite well. The unfortunate thing is we can never whittle off of this Chaos Res, I do believe, because item rarity tier 1 is like item level 40 something, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here real quick. It's item level 40, whereas tier 3 chaos damage is item level 46. So unless we spend like 10 divines on a prefix whittle plus perfect chaos, it is just simply not worth it. Although if this ring does hit realistically, it would be quite big. But let's just see. Prefix chaos, sinistral erasure is 4 divines, and then a whittle is 250. So I mean, if you're a man that's willing to take that gamble, feel free. I'm not, so I'm just gonna sell it as is. I still think that ring would be profit for what we spent on it. These rings are terrible, right? These are the ones that came out really bad. Still probably fetch maybe a divine or something. And then I am missing. Oh yeah, I need to buy another perfect exalt. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this not take too long. Okay, and now there are final 3. We are hoping for a good resistance. The ring that we are hoping turns out best is probably this one. So we'll save that one for last. And I guess we'll just go in descending order. Okay, so let's see. This one. Oh, Dex. That's really unfortunate. Although tier 3 Dex, what item level is that? Tier 3 Dex is item level 55. So that Dex is staying on there. Not much we can do. This one. Mana regeneration rate. I don't know how I do it, but every time I make one of these rings, I always hit mana regeneration rate. It really is impressive. And the final one, please hit fire resistance. We hit fire resistance. Wow, look at this. Look at this ring. This ring right here is absolutely amazing. Okay, that's great. This one obviously will still fetch a very solid price. I mean, look at it. This one, not so much, but we still will Omen of Light it. So I do believe we need 4 Omen of... Oh, is this worth Omen of Lighting? Yeah, why not? Okay, so we need 4 Omen of Lights, which I do believe is worth buying for Divines. 2 Divines per, whereas in Exalted Orbs, it is not worth buying them in Divines. But I'm just going to do it for the video because I don't feel like liquidating again. So it's okay. We'll survive. Let's buy some... Let us buy some annulment orbs. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. Oh, I'm clicking everywhere but where I need to be. Let us buy some annulment orbs.
Right away.
And then we will probably throw a singular one at all of these and see what they hit. If they don't hit anything better, we will just settle on that, right? So boom, 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 boom. Then we need 4 Whistle Echoes, 4 Collarbones.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
Need 1 more. And let's round out our last rings. Okay, so we're looking for a flat or high tier rarity. Either one of those will be really good. We don't hit, which is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't believe these rings are worth Omen of Lighting again, as each roll costs us around 2 divine, like around 3 divines, right? So yeah, this one's definitely not worth re-rolling. This one might be, to be honest, because it does have that final res. So if we do hit something decent here, I will probably re-Omen of Light that one. This one is not worth re-Omen of Lighting, so let's just hope we hit here. Okay, we hit a flat. It's tier 5, but it's something, so that's nice. And then this final one, which is tier 1, tier 2, actually. So this one is probably worth re-Omen of Lighting. Oh, and we hit fire damage with attacks. Beautiful. So, as you can see, this, where's this final ring that I had? Didn't I have a really good ring? Didn't I have a really good gold ring or something? Okay. Either way, I'm going to round out the video here because it just, or I'm going to end up, I keep saying round out. There's always one phrase that I say that I just keep spamming. It looks like I'm DCing from my hideout anyways. I hope this is a good enough video to show how you can profit craft these rings. This ring right here by itself will probably sell for an egregious amount, to be honest with you, right? So, okay. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end it. Like I mentioned, if you guys can tell me if you like these longer form, just kind of ramble content, or you would like me to shorten it down and make it something more concise, just step by step, not really saying much outside of what needs to be said, please let me know. Check me out on Twitch. I will be live basically right after posting this video. If you want to stop by, and we'll be crafting some more rings, some more bows, trying to make some more money. And if you want to catch these profit crafts in the moment before I post it, so before more people see it, twitch.tv/electro POE is where to find that all out. So thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you need to do. And good luck with your crafts.